Summer Mix.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the True New Podcast. Unfortunately, this thing is here again. I try every time. Oh, God. I try every week, guys, to just not pick him up, but unfortunately, he has some sort of whatever, dude. He's the money bag. But anyways, guys, welcome back. For this week on the podcast, we got something little something for you that you're gonna enjoy, because there's a little, well, not little anymore. It's huge.
Nope.
I think it's the 10th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken, of South Texas Comic-Con. Dude,
10 years, dude.
10 years of that.
10 years. What was happening before 10 years?
I don't know. It's not important.
Who the hell knows? Does not matter.
Exactly. Does not matter what
10
happened in
years.
10 years. 10 years now.
And it keeps getting bigger, too.
And it
Like
keeps
you said.
getting bigger, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, we're talking about the Comic-Con. The Comic-Con, yes, it keeps getting bigger. But today in the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we have the man himself, Ramsey.
What's going on, Ramsey?
Who I like to call the Stan Lee of the Valley, bro, because this guy brings out so many freaking awesome people.
I just call him Ramsey.
I thought little Stan Lee, bro.
I bet
Little
you did.
Stan Lee. Stan Lee will be tried. Ramsey, welcome to the
Welcome,
True
man.
New Podcast, bro.
Thank you,
Oh my
man.
gosh, dude. How you doing, first of all?
Doing all
I
right.
want to say thank you for coming out, man. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, Quez here, too.
Quez.
Yeah, that thing's there, too. That's not important. But I know we've been trying to get you on for quite a while. This man is like constantly busy, man.
You're so busy, dude. It's like you don't leave McAllen.
It's like
trapped.
Yes.
I don't doubt it.
I mean,
Trapped by passion.
yes, it is trapped by passion. It is, man. For the list goes on and on for Ramsey.
Yeah.
I mean, Meth Mirror. I remember from Meth Mirror. First of all, that goes way back.
Awesome,
That
yeah.
goes way back.
Yeah.
Then 40 Caliber Chris, which is another great freaking awesome man, which I debuted a lot on Blue Radio and also the True New Podcast.
Thank you, by the way.
The horror cons. The horror cons. I was the first horror con, freaking amazing. I had so much fun.
Another thing I was wondering, like, what happened before HorrorCon? Like, I don't remember.
Well, I don't even remember. I don't.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
South Texas Gamer Expo,
Yo,
which is another great one,
that was
dude. And then to top the cherry, put the cherry on top of the cake, South Texas Comic-Con, dude. What have not you done, dude? This is crazy, bro. It's amazing. Stan Lee, bro.
Yeah.
Stan Lee
Yeah.
in the Valley, bro.
I do got to say that there's already a Stanley in the Valley.
Uh-oh.
And that's Helgi from Myth Adventures. Who,
Okay, all right. That's true. I forgot about
but
that.
I'm happy
we-
being like I don't know.
we don't
Like-
speak
like
his
a
name
lesser-
because he doesn't return our calls.
Exactly. We're speaking his return calls.
Yeah.
So you are the new.
All right.
You are
I
the
took
new
the title.
Stanley.
Sorry, Helgi.
You are the
I
new.
took it.
Yeah, we declare it. You're the new
we
Stanley.
are clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So let's start from the very beginning, bro.
Cool.
Where you from? What was the passion of doing what you're doing now, and where you're at, man? Take us on a story, right, man? Go ahead, talk to us.
Dang. Well, born and raised in Sullivan City, Texas, down heading past La Jolla. Between La Jolla and like Rio Grande, Roma,
Mhm.
that's Sullivan City. You
What?
blink
Yes.
and you miss it.
I know
Well, I don't know.
exactly
It's
what
kind of
it's
grown now. I mean, I
It
haven't been
is.
over there in like
Yeah.
18, 20 years. I don't know.
It's all good.
But not really born in Sullivan. You can't. I mean,
You can't
Hey,
get
it
bored.
might-
possible.
you know, I mean, I guess
It's
maybe
possible.
somebody was born in Sullivan. It wasn't me.
In
I
a
was born in
little-
McAllen,
in a
but
little manger.
That
right?
that was a crazy house party.
we lived in Sullivan almost all my life. I think we moved there when I was 3. Before that, I think I lived in La Jolla. I don't remember any of that. So I was too young.
That was a blur. That was all
Yes.
a blur.
That's the blur.
So my dad had a ranch in Sullivan, like I don't know, 10, 15 acres. And so
Wow.
grew up on the
Oh,
ranch.
nice.
It was the best life. It was awesome. Other than the fact that my friend lived like a mile away,
Right.
2 miles
Gotcha.
away. I don't know,
Gotcha.
super far away. We were far away from everything.
Yeah.
We'd come to like McAllen once a month, maybe mission, maybe 2 times a month.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I was telling my fiance today that like there was no restaurants in Sullivan.
Yeah.
There was
you're
like a couple convenience stores.
Mhm.
The closest restaurant was in La Jolla. It was a Stars.
There you go.
Stars Drive-In. I don't know. What
Yeah, Stars
Stars
Driving.
hamburger, whatever.
Yeah.
And, not Stars. Sorry, Starlight.
Starlight. Yeah.
All right.
And so,
I bet people
out
were
there?
buzzing about that.
Oh, heck,
in La Jolla?
oh, heck
Hey,
yeah, dude.
That's some good grease burgers there.
Hell yeah. The bacon's
it
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, the bacon's
That's some
hard.
good. That's some good bacon grease.
Man, no kidding.
And yeah, we'd come to town like once every, I don't know, 3 times maybe a month or something. And anytime my mom was like, "Hey, I'm going to town." Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to go. You know, there's only so much exploring you can do in the wilderness. There's only so many cactuses you can cut with a machete as a kid. You know.
Yeah.
So I'd come to town, as we would say, and then if we went to HEB, looking at that spinner rack of comics, and we'd go to a store called Wins. I don't know if y'all remember.
I actually do
Wins,
remember
WINN apostrophe S.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Like I was telling my fiance, I don't even know what the hell they sold in there. Like maybe like
it was like
fabric and
it was
like kind of like a mini Walmart. I don't know.
Kind of like that. It was kind of like that. What's the name of that place over here on what? It's not there anymore. It was on Old 83, right in front of all the thrift stores now. Now it's a thrift store. That used to be a material place. They have like Nicks and Knacks in here.
Yeah.
That kind of store it was.
So I'd go there with my mom, and I'd go to the toy section, and they'd have like grab bags, 3 comics for $1.
Oh, sweet.
And I would go, and then there was like it was the same comics that I already had. So I was like, where the hell can I get comics?
Right.
It wasn't till I think 8th or 9th grade that someone's like, "You've never been to the comic store in McAllen?" And I was like, "What? Comic store? Yeah, all these.
What is
comics.
this comic store that you speak of?
They get them every week. What? What are you talking about? Because you can never keep up with the stories. Like you'd find one issue here, and then months before you found another issue. Was it it even the same storyline?
Right.
And so anyway, well, we'll rewind, and basically, grew up in Sullivan.
Yeah.
Went to school in La Jolla. Graduated from there. Went to Pan Am and graduated from there, and worked in advertising, and then started working for myself.
Dude, I mean, you've done. I would take your journey is like a dream come true. I would assume.
It is. It really is, to be able to do what you love.
Yeah.
And what you're passionate about, and find some success. It's been amazing. I wouldn't change it.
Right.
But holy crap, was it hard to get here?
Yeah. I mean, if you really want something, you need to go for it. Yeah.
You got to give up.
You got. Yeah. I hear you.
Everything.
Yeah. And at the time, I know you also helped out in a magazine. You had your own magazine also, right?
Yeah. So I used to work for RGV Magazine before that, in an advertising agency that ran it. And then when I went off on my own, my friend Ralphie from Ralphie's Skate Shop. I don't know if you remember Ralphie's Skate Shop in McAllen.
I don't know.
He used to, on 10th Street, he used to have a little ramp there, and we'd have shows and stuff. It was really cool, dude. Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, I heard you're on your own, and my other friend started, trying to start a magazine about aliens."
Oh, shit.
And he's like, but he's like a salesman. He needs like a graphic designer and stuff.
Right.
And I was, contemplating starting a magazine of my own, but the shit that I was into, can I say?
Right. Yeah.
Don't worry. Can I say shit?
No, you cannot say shit stuff. So please do not fucking curse on our goddamn podcast, please. Thank you very much.
But I decided to call this guy, and so I called him, and he's like, "Hey, come on over, dude." And he's like, "My apartment's the one with the lava lamp in the window." I was like, okay.
We know where we're going here. I know where this is going.
I know what's happening. It's happening.
So I show up, and apparently, when I saw him, I was like, "Wait, what's your name?" And he told me his name was Russell, and Russell Dowden, and I was like, "Dude," and I reached into my wallet. And crusty old wallet, I still had his business card in there from like, what was it, Star Wars Episode 1 in like 90, I don't know, when was that, 96, 90?
Yeah, around there.
I don't know, was it 99 maybe?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, whenever Episode 1 came out.
Right.
I had met him around that time, and his card had just stayed in my wallet with all the cards, right? And I was like, holy shit, he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I remember you." And anyway, we hit it off. And he was telling me, I want to do this magazine called Weird Magazine. I used to do it in Austin. I'm down here. My kids are down here. I'm divorced, and I don't want to be away from them.
Right.
But I don't know how to use, any kind of graphic design programs.
Right.
But I'm a hell of a salesman. I was like, cool, because I suck at selling. Let's go, So he was like, he was like, so what did your magazine want? What's it going to be about? And I was like, well, I'm into the local music scene and music and art. That's kind of my thing. So that's what I want to do in my magazine.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, I want to do aliens and conspiracies. I was like, well, let's just bash them together, dude.
There you go.
He's like, let's go. So he would take care of all the conspiracy alien stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would do the rock and music stuff.
Right.
The music and
music
art
scene.
stuff.
Yeah.
And we did that for, I don't know, maybe 8 months, 9 months or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got real weird, dude. Like we printed something comparing like George Bush to like the Emperor, in episode 1, and like how he was, Emperor Palpatine basically, and controlling both sides and all this
other stuff. You're the one who started all the conspiracy stuff.
It's partly my fault because we also had a radio show called Weird Radio,
right?
And they would play us on some AM station, right? And it had like part of McAllen and part of Mission could hear us, and that was it, right?
Okay, all right, gotcha.
And they even had this
small
thing,
signal,
and it was like a Spanish station, and then like at 11 o'clock at night, all of a sudden, like a voice would come on and say, like,
I think I remember that.
It would say something to the extent of, no sabemos qué van a decir estos pendejos, pero no tienen nada que ver con nosotros, ni los que se anuncian aquí, right? It has, I don't know what these idiots are going to say, but whatever they say has no bearing on what we do or any of our advertisers,
Right.
Here's Weird Radio. And then so we'd come on and we'd interview some really, really cool and interesting people.
I think I remember. I think I do remember that in particular radio station. I think this was like around 99, 2000s?
This was 2004, 5, 6.
At the time.
2004 and 5, I think.
My wife and I were recently married. I think we were living in McAllen at the time. And I think I did hear that radio station at one point in my vehicle driving to work.
Yeah, it was kind of like coast to coast. Listen to coast to coast. It's kind of like that, but local.
Yeah.
And we would talk to some of the same people that they had on their show and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was real awesome. Russell was a great interviewer. And, I was like his backup. And then so what we do is we had a 2-hour block.
Okay.
And we would sell commercials to like Simon Says, The Blue Onion, like anybody who would, who wanted a crazy commercial.
Yeah.
And we'd make some crazy ass commercials, and we'd be laughing like the whole time, dude. We had a little studio maybe about this size.
Right.
And there was like a barber shop next door, like a beauty salon, and my landlord was there, and he would come and he's like, shh, like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, keep it down. And we'd just be like cracking up from the stuff we were coming up with for radio commercials. But yeah, we do the first hour was music. Or no, I think the first hour was the guests, whoever we had, and the second hour was local musicians. We'd bring them on, we'd interview them.
Right.
They'd play live, and
that's awesome.
It was so much fun. We'd take live calls on the air, and it was really fun. So we did that for a while, and it's we definitely made some people paranoid. For sure. And then it got real weird, dude. And one day, I used to live in Westlaco at the time, and Russell was like, dude, our line is clicking, our phone is clicking. I was like, why would it be clicking? That means it's tapped, dude. We're onto something. And I was like, well, I want to be onto nothing, dude. Like what do you mean, And he was like, George Bush article, we hit it right on the head, blah, blah. And I was like, shit, dude. And so
he's getting paranoid himself.
Yeah, and so I was driving back over here to Westlaco. We lived here down Cherry Blossom over here. Okay. And my whole band lived together, so we were jamming and having a blast there.
Right.
And one day I'm driving, and it's like in the movies, and maybe I was just paranoid. I'm not gonna say that's not possible, right?
A black Suburban was following you, buddy.
But a black Suburban was following me. And I was like, what the hell is going on, right? And this guy was just like tailing me, right? And so I took an off ramp, right? And then I come back on a little while later, boom.
He's there again.
I was shit, dude. I was like, holy shit. Like, and I tried to lose him, and I couldn't lose the guy. I was like, well, they probably already know where I live. But I don't even have anything to do with the stories Russell puts. I'm just interviewing bands. So what the hell? So I went home.
I just want to be in the video.
So I went home. Fucking the van or the Suburban passes, and I'm like, why are they following me? Like, follow Russ. Sorry, Russ. Follow that guy. He's the one who wrote it. He's the one who, I'm just interviewing bands and trying to have a good time,
There you go.
And so, but it did freak me out.
Yeah.
And I told him, and I was like, hey, dude, like this legit happened, and it's got me freaked out. Like what the hell was with that story? Like, where did you get it from? Like, what's the deal with it, right? and he's like, don't worry, dude. And I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, yeah, they weren't following you. The rent, the lease, everything's under my name. The phone bill, like everything's under my name. Nothing under your name. How convenient, fucking Russ. Fucking Russ. He was down the other day and he was like, hey, come to Simon Says. It was like 2 a.m. I was like, what? I was asleep. I was like, what? Simon Says. And next morning I'm like, well, when? And he's like, dude, last night. I was like, I was there. I was like, oh, dude.
Sorry.
I was asleep.
I was
anyway.
with the black Suburban.
I know, right? So he's like, don't worry about it, dude. Like, my friend, like, that happened to her, and they ended up busting her for other stuff, because so they're not gonna bust you for this shit. Like, it's stupid.
Don't worry.
They'll bust you for
They
other
busted
stuff.
someone else.
They'll find something else to bust you for. And I was like, dude, I don't want them to find nothing to bust me for. I don't want to get busted.
You're gonna go missing. That's what's gonna happen.
F your stories, F this conspiracy shit. I'm out. And then so I left, dude.
The important thing, Russ is fine.
Yeah, Russ is good.
Russ is good.
He went off and worked for like Alex Jones and shit. He, he invited me to go to that too, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm teaching at the time I was teaching.
Wow.
And but he's like, hey, I need my bro here, dude. Come over to Austin.
Right.
Alex said I could hire you, and he basically headed up Alex's InfoWars magazine.
Oh,
and so that's what I would have been working on there too. I was like, dude, like I just got a badass job teaching art.
Right.
I'm good, dude.
I just hope we don't get followed for a damn.
and then imagine if they're following me for this stupid little rag that we print 5,000, 10,000 copies of. Imagine, working for Alex Jones.
Jesus.
Hell no, dude.
We're going to call you and let you know that we're okay. That we're fine.
We're fine.
Yeah,
You'll hear a text from me tomorrow afternoon. Something's up. But so after that wild ride with Russ, I mean, when did you fall in love? I mean, you at a young age, you're already collecting comic books.
Yeah.
When you first opened your first comic book shop that belonged to you, this is my baby.
Yeah.
When was this, and what was the moment when you opened the doors?
So that was 2010. I think it was like July 7th or June 7th, somewhere in there. Facebook reminds me every year, and I'm like, oh, that's today. Guess what, guys? We're 13 years old. Sorry, we're having a party this weekend.
There you go.
Sorry, it wasn't planned better, but I keep forgetting it was June or July. It might have been July. And but what happened was, so when I left Russ, I went and started the magazine I originally was going to start called MagX, and it was about music and art, and that's it. No conspiracies,
exactly.
FBI, CIA, whoever the hell you were, Homeland, Secret Service, whatever. Leave me the fuck alone. I have nothing to do with any of that, like conspiracy, anything. I'm doing music and art. And go find Russell.
I'm gonna call you right now. Shut up.
Leave me alone.
He's obviously the mastermind.
Now he does Texas Hemp Reporter is his magazine in Austin, dude.
Wow.
And so he was bringing some copies down the other night. I'm not saying this so the FBI can know.
No, of course not.
He's still in publishing,
Sure.
Yeah.
He's still in publishing, and he learned
And he drives.
and he learned graphic design, so he does all his own stuff.
There you go.
But so I started that magazine, and I rented a space. I kept the I guess the place we were in, where we're, I guess our little office. The landlord was like, I was like, hey, I'm gonna leave, and Russell's gonna take over. He's like, no, I don't want Russell. I don't know if he's gonna pay me. Like, you gotta do it. I was like, well, I'll fucking stay. Okay, And so I ended up staying there and doing MagX from there until I had a break in. Then I moved into the corner of 8th and Pecan. That was on the corner of 6th and Pecan.
Yeah.
And so I did the magazine from there for a few years, doing like advertising work on the side for different companies. And then I would only use a little office in the back of that whole area.
Right.
And one night, I was telling my fiance back then, she was my girlfriend. I was like, hey, like, what can I do to monetize the rest of this place? Like there's
there's so much space,
90% empty, and she was like, I don't know. I was like, well, let's go to Denny's, eat some food.
There you go.
We'd call them Krabby Patties. Get some Krabby Patties at night because I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob all
that
the time.
explains who's coming down.
That's right. And so we went to Denny's, and I ran into my friend Chris Ponce.
Oh, okay, all right. Chris, yeah.
From the Average Boys.
Average Boy podcast,
And so he's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, man, we're trying to brainstorm, dude, what to do with our office. Like, I only use my little office in the back. Everything else is empty.
Right.
Like, what can I do to monetize it? He's like, dude, you love comics. Open a comic store, dude. And I was like, oh, shit, you're right. That's a brilliant idea, And I was like, I can read comics all day, like
right.
Customer every once in a while, no biggie, I'll take care of them and I'll still get to do my work and stuff.
Right.
But I guess after a couple months, it started
picking up,
and I wasn't able to do my other work anymore.
Right. So you were pretty much looking at it as like a secondhand thing. Doing the main goal here.
Yeah,
there's just something on the back burner.
Keep the advertising going for all my clients. Keep the magazine going.
Right.
And but I guess it was busy, right? A lot of people coming in, a lot of work required, but not making any money. So that was the trade-off was like, okay, like, I'm working hard as hell, but no money is coming in. Like it's too expensive.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of things. Everything's guesswork when you're, in retail. Like what's going to sell? What isn't going to sell?
Exactly,
what do people want? Do people like what I like? What is it that they want? And so it was a lot of work trying to get, I guess the art and science together to make it work, right?
Yeah.
And but anyway, at this point, that didn't happen for many years. So
I got you. Yeah.
Had to get a job teaching.
Yeah.
And I had my degree and everything, and I was like, well, let me see what's out there. And there was an art position.
There you go.
And I was like, man, I'd love to teach art to kids, right? And I had a blast, dude. It was so awesome. I did it for like 2.5, 3 years, and so I would wake up at like 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, get ready, go teach, get out about 5, come to the comic store, relieve the employee that was there, who at the time was my best friend, Jess.
Okay.
And he'd leave, and then we'd stay open till 8. And then I'd head home from like 9 to midnight. I'd work on the magazine, and from midnight to like 2 in the morning, work on conventions.
Right.
And then fall asleep, wake up 3.5 hours later.
Go to work.
5-hour energy.
Yeah.
Go to work again.
Jesus
Christ. Until and I did that for like a couple months, and literally 5-hour energy every morning. I'd stop by the store, buy one, and just to stay awake.
Right.
Until one day, like I felt super dizzy and I didn't feel good, and I asked if I could go home. They got a sub. Went home, and it was scary, dude. I didn't feel good at all, and I was just wearing myself out.
There you go.
Damn.
But
especially those energy drinks going in your system every day.
So I was like, I gotta let something go.
Right.
So I let go of the magazine, which was the hardest thing, and it would make a little bit of money, not much, but maybe $500 to $800 a month is what it made, and it was a lot of work, and I had to chase everybody who's buying ads for their money. There wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna send you an email with a credit card bill and you just pay it there or whatever. There wasn't any of that yet.
Yeah.
I'd have to drive to Brownsville. I have to drive to Harlingen to these bars, and the bar owners are only there ready to pay at 2 in the morning, so it was real wild.
Yeah.
And so I stopped doing the magazine. I always dream of bringing it back, but because it was a lot of fun. And basically it was interviewing my friends' bands. We got to the point where I guess touring bands would contact us,
right?
Like the Deftones or whatever big bands were coming to the area, or the promoters would put us in touch with them. Hey man, can you have this band coming in this month? Can you put them on the cover? Can you do this and that? And let's talk to them. So we got to interview, I don't know, I'd say 50 big bands that were touring.
Wow, man.
And it was a lot of fun. And then we had no journalistic background.
Right,
right.
Some dudes who love music and interviewing musicians. It was so much fun.
Right.
And so anyway, had to let that go. And then I was able to kind of get some rest and fall asleep by midnight, maybe 11 o'clock, and I guess survive, because I don't think I would have survived doing all that 3.5 hours sleep. Like on the weekends with my kids. And there was no time for rest.
Yeah, I mean, consider the fact. I mean, like I said, these are just the stepping stones to where he's at now. I mean, not only that, he had the comic book store. I used to go to the comic book store, to your store some of the time, just to go pick up a Walking Dead comic or Night of the Living Dead comic, and I would just go out there just to go check it out, because he had a bunch of cool stuff, man. Some cool stuff to look at. And on top of that, he was doing that. You were teaching, and then he was playing with a band. Two. Well, the first one was with Methmare first, and then
second technically, but
and then you got with 40 Caliber Kiss.
Yeah.
So that one, I know Adrian for a long time. he's a
love that guy.
Yeah. And I know Mikey, because like I said, his brother is the other half of the podcasts that are here.
Yeah.
Great guys, man. The band, I love the gimmick though. 40 Caliber Kiss. Oh. The way, if you really abbreviate it, it's perfect. FCK. It's like he couldn't really put that on his shirt, but 40 Caliber Kiss.
It's close enough.
It's close enough.
Should have put it on a poster then.
We had it on a shirt. We did. We did very early on.
Yeah. And you guys pretty much played up and down the valley, left and right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys had a chance to see these guys play, I mean, they're still trying to get things back together again, to get doing what we had a conversation before the show started.
Yeah.
But it's the energy that band has, man. It's crazy. And like I said, the last time I saw you guys was during Halloween. It was Halloween.
Mm-hmm,
during Halloween. And Mike was wearing some fairy suit. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was dressed straight out of Call of Duty.
Yeah. But the mic stand that Ramsey uses on stage that I've seen, it's freaking amazing. It's a freaking lifesaver.
It's a custom built lightsaber.
Oh my God, dude. I'm like, dude, that is the shit.
Well, that's how geeky I am.
That's the shit, bro.
Nerd. I am.
This guy's cool. Nerd.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, and I saw that. I'm like, God, what does this guy not do, bro? And then all of a sudden,
does he keep his paperwork in a trapper keeper?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And then after seeing that, boom, HorrorCon just falls on the table. One of the first cons I went to.
Yeah,
amazing.
And that's what I was working on while I was teaching. It was figuring out that first HorrorCon and how it was going to work, and trying to get started. I did have an event background from, I guess, another company that I worked for. I'd help manage the events, and it was mainly like concerts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then when I went off on my own, some of my clients ran, these big shows like You and Me, and those concerts and all kinds of stuff. Different promoters. We would do their advertising and stuff, and we'd help them manage the events and stage manage and all that kind of stuff. So I had some experience, and I was like, I wonder if I can make it translate to conventions,
Right.
And it ended up being like way different.
Yes.
But it did definitely, the experience did come in handy.
Yeah. And I mean, when you came to the idea of making these cons through like I said, 10 years of South Texas Comic Con, 10 years.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I don't know why. That's a lot.
That's a lot of achievements.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you first opened up the doors for the first South Texas Comic Con, and I was watching. Shout out to David, who's had you on the podcast last week or the week before, and I was looking at the pictures like, dude, that was 10 years ago. Are you kidding me?
It feels like that.
Yeah, and so many. What was your thoughts when you were opening the doors? Were you crossing your fingers? Please. I knew. Honestly, I knew it wasn't going to flop. I knew, because the people that you brought down, people were interested. But what were you at that moment when the doors were about to open? what's crossing your mind, man? I
mean, I was like, am I digging my hole deeper, or is this helping me climb up? I don't know yet at this point. When I was opening it up, and at the point when I did it, I owed like $100,000 in student loans, and I bad credit score,
trying to catch up.
Yeah. I mean, I was working, I was teaching to pay for Kaboom.
Right.
And so Kaboom wasn't making enough money to even cover an employee. Like I'd have to pay that out of whatever I made. Right. And so I was just so far in the hole. I was like, well, let's try some shit,
Right.
And
let's venture off.
And hopefully it works, and if I can just get some of my geeky friends to attend, maybe it'll work. And and everyone's like, oh yeah, it's not gonna work. People were telling me, dude, like,
were you wrong?
this kind of stuff, like it takes 5 years to get it off the ground. I hope you have, money saved up. Like, oh, I heard it all, dude. And nobody wanted to be a vendor at this show. People are like, what is a convention? Like, what happens there?
Are you kidding me?
And I would go and have to knock on doors, like not house doors, right? But like on businesses, and be like, hey, I have this thing, and I'm bringing down these celebrities, and there's a chance for you guys to vend there, and it's only like $200 for a booth, and you get to be there 2 days, and and people are like, well,
okay,
no, get out of here, get out of here, yeah. And so a few people, did jump on, and I didn't sell nearly as many booths as I needed to, but we did all right, and we actually made a little bit of money, and I was like, oh shit, like there's something there. We had I think like 1,500 people.
Wow,
come through for that one.
I don't care what you say, man. That's a lot down here in Oregon, especially the RG. That's a lot of
1,500. I was like, holy
area.
crap! Like, okay,
yeah.
So there's something there, but yeah, I was just glad it worked, but just trying to figure out, what. How it worked,
exactly.
What was working, what wasn't.
I would assume that you did try. I'm pretty sure you've gone to other cons. I mean, just to get more or less. Do you when you go to these cons and the person that's running it? If I was trying to do a con myself, I mean, I would try to get as close as possible to the main person and say, "Hey, man, show me the ropes, man. I'm trying to bring this down here also." I mean, you do got something.
There was nobody
exactly,
like that.
exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. It's very hard to I understand the fact that you do all that person makes all the effort. He's climbed to the top. He's just not going to just dish you, throw you a bone.
You don't even see those guys, especially at that time. It was all corporate events.
Right.
The main people running it, they're not even there. They have people running it for them.
Right.
And they have like multiple cities that they do, and they just set things up in the background. And hey, how's it going? Okay, cool. Make me money. So you couldn't even find anything like that.
Right.
And so it was all like sink or swim. And so I went to like some Wizard Worlds, which was like a big, convention circuit that used to. It doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody who remembers Wizard.
Wizard Magazine, which was a price guide for comics. Well, they had their own kind of conventions, and that was the first one I had gone to. Well, we had gone to a couple of hotel ones, like in Houston and stuff.
Right.
But the first big con that I went to was 98 Wizard World in Chicago.
Oh,
and so we went over. There's way before I even had thoughts of any of this,
Right.
We were just going to geek out, and I was trying to actually get a job drawing comics, and so I was going to show my portfolio and stuff. And,
right.
But yeah. So then we went to another one in 2004, and that was it, And then I guess in 2011, one in Austin as well. But you can walk around, but you're not really learning anything.
Right. Yeah.
But I did see things and experiences and think like, okay, well, that's not the best experience there. How can I, if that happens, what would I do?
Right. Exactly.
So it was a lot of figuring it out on my own. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try it again. That didn't work. Let's try it again. Oh, that worked. Cool.
Right.
Now how about this part? Didn't work. Oh, how about this part? And just kind of,
better yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Better
fix it as you go. And just, there's some things you don't realize until you're actually in it. And that's how it kind of came about. But our first con was at HorrorCon in 2012. So 12 years ago. And we had Danny Trejo there.
Yes.
Yeah. He was one of our guests, and now we're bringing him back.
Hey, he's back again.
12 years later. And,
wow.
they took a chance on me. I had to put down a real big deposit that I didn't know how I was gonna get.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was short some money towards the end.
I got you.
And my client, he used to own a company called Eden Swimming Pools, and so I do all their advertising and stuff back then. And he passed away several years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. But the first convention, he was like, "Hey, so how's it going?" And I went to his house to go help him with his computer and to build some, things for him,
right?
For his company, because I'll do his commercials, his radio, his everything, right?
Right.
All his graphic design. She's like, "Hey, can you come on a Saturday?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." Tired as hell, but I went, and so I worked with him there for like 3 hours. He's like, "Hey, so how's this thing going?" I was like, "Man, I've gotten pretty far, but man, I'm still like $5,000 short." And so, but I think we'll be fine. Like, I think it'll come in ticket sales. I think,
right.
It'll be fine. And I was like technically $15,000 short at that time.
Shoot.
But my family came through, my parents, my sisters.
Right.
I was like, "Hey, look, I'm doing this thing. If y'all can come up with some money, a couple of grand each or whatever you can give me, and I make money, like, I'll double it.
There you go.
I'll pay you back double."
Right.
And if I don't, I'll find a way to pay you.
Right.
And they took out loans.
Dang, dude.
They took out loans from the credit union. Their credit unions, their teachers and stuff. And my parents pulled it out of their savings, and they came up with 10. I only told them I needed 10, but I needed technically 15, right? So then I went to Chris's house from Eden Pools,
right.
working on his stuff, and he's like, "So how's it going?" I was telling him, I was like, "Man, it's going, but man, it's scary. I'm still like $5,000 from where I need to be."
Right.
And I haven't been able to sell these vendor booths. Like, these people don't understand what a convention is, or why they should sell there, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time. And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, you'll figure it out." I was like, yeah, and I wasn't trying to do a sob story. It was just a regular conversation.
Right.
And then he was an amazing client to have as an advertiser, because he's the kind of guy who would chase you to pay you.
Oh, okay. All right,
like, you didn't have to chase him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, when are you gonna bill me, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
what the hell? Bill me already, that kind of stuff,
Right.
Yeah, I'll get to it. Like, no, bill me now. Stop what you're doing. Write a bill, send it to me so I can pay you.
Right,
And, that was the kind of client he was.
Wow.
So I went to his house. He's like, "Okay, so what do I owe you for all this stuff?" I was like, "Oh, it's like $150. He's like, "Okay, let me get you a check. $5,150 on the check."
Holy
Wow.
moly. Wow.
And he's like, "Just make sure I get it back." And I was like, "Chris, I promise you, if I have to work for you for free for the next 5 years, you'll get your money's worth,
Right.
And he's like, "I know I will." And
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
It was 2 weeks before the show, and I had enough money to do the show.
Wow.
It was pretty wild. So thank you, Chris.
That's
good.
Wherever you're at.
God bless
Appreciate you.
Up in the heavens looking down, you man. I feel like he's still helping you out, man. 10 years, still going. I mean,
Still going, man.
and it rocks.
Yeah.
It rocks. And I know, and I hate to bring this up, and then Rand go, "Oh no,
But you are.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring
Here
it
you
up.
go.
It was, and I heard. Like I said, I watched the podcast that you were on the week before, 2 weeks ago, and they brought up a question about last year's podcast. I mean, last year's
StormCon, yeah.
StormCon, like now we call it
StormCon 2023.
When it rained?
Yeah,
When it blew all the trees down.
Yeah,
that's the one.
And what's so crazy is that my son and I had gone the day before on Friday, and I was telling, and the next day I saw what happened. I was like, "Oh my God!" I was telling my wife, I go, "Marcus and I dodged a huge bullet." She goes, "Why?" I go, "Ramsey is in the rough right now. I hope he can pull it through. Oh God, please help this guy out, man, because it's a big event,
I think he sent this.
No,
I'm kidding.
Where's my VIP tickets?
He's gonna send another one. Shit, we'll knock on this haunted ass thing.
But that moment, I mean, you explained that in the other podcast. I mean, hearing you speak, I mean, you sound like you were trembling your boots for a while. But people rallied around you and helped you out, bro.
Yeah.
And that was the beautiful thing about it. I mean, and then not to talk mean about the McAllen Convention Center, for them saying you can only
talk shit about it.
Or you can only have so many people in there. That to me is like a voice to say we're gonna make him fail. They go, we're gonna make him fail, and then we have to deal with this guy anymore. No, you put your foot down and you put the pedal to the metal and you kept it going.
I had to.
And then it was freaking amazing, dude, because you kept it going, and then all of a sudden, boom! God said, "Let there be light," and everybody went after that. So I mean,
it was a rough. I don't know, 5 hours without electricity, but I got to say the convention center made things happen. It was the fire marshals,
right.
That decided how much, but the convention center bent over backwards to make sure I could do it because I got there,
right,
and the convention center's like, nope, go home, tell everybody go home, no power, and I was like, wait, I see some lights in there. He's like, 1 out of 4 lights are working, only 1 aircon out of 10 is on.
Leave the doors open there.
The computers and the network is down, so we can't even unlock the magnetic doors.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Well, we'll get a generator and turn those computers on." They're like, but the network still won't work, so we still can't unlock it.
Wow!
And I was like, "Wait, there's a way, guys. There's a way,
Right.
And they ended up saying, "Okay, let's give it a try,"
Right.
So I do the McAllen Convention Center and all the people there,
awesome,
a lot for allowing me to be able to do that and still have an event. But yeah, it was the fire marshals and their concern was
the safety.
There's a fire,
right?
Most of the doors are magnetically locked. Where are they going to go? And I said, well, open up those big garage doors. They can all run out that way.
Single file, people.
And they're like, okay, I guess technically we could do that.
Right.
But yeah, man, the first 5 hours, it was empty in there. It was like 1,500 people in that big space. Doesn't seem like a lot.
Right.
And I kept begging, like, please let us get more people in here. Right. Look, it's empty. And they're like, 10 people that leave, 10 more people can come in.
Right.
But nobody wanted to leave.
No, exactly. Exactly.
So it was pretty wild. But
it's tough. It's tough. I mean, consider the fact that you can only have so many people in the building. And I mean, I'm going in there. I'm going to go get the full experience. Hey, man. It's like you're going to come to me. How long have you been here? You've got to go. Okay, I got to get more people in, and it's, you don't want to do that. Yeah. But like I said, the lights came back on, and it was full throttle after that, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was sink or swim. There was no right answer there.
Right.
If I'd have said, okay, sorry guys, everybody go home. All the vendors who traveled from as far as like California, they come from all over the U.S. to sell here.
Yeah.
With risking whatever
to
be able to try to make some money.
Right.
100 vendors coming in, hopefully trying to make rent, and put food on their table.
That's crazy.
The celebrities, coming in, if I had said, okay, sorry, go home, they would have left and there would have been no Sunday either,
Exactly.
So I think I did the right thing.
Right.
And just tried my best to make it happen. And then about 4 or 5 o'clock, lights came on.
Yeah.
And then we were able to kill that big line and get everybody inside.
That's awesome,
it was
that's crazy.
It was wild. It was very wild.
That's crazy.
Well,
man.
I mean, I can't help but notice like there's this thing happening where you put your will into it and your mind into it, and somehow it all comes together. And I think that shows that it's meant to happen.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's and in a situation like that, what can you do? You got to pick a direction and just go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because you
and hope it's the right one.
Yeah, you could have played it safe and like, okay, well, I mean, that's it, and just cancel everything. But then the power would have come back on. You would have, oh man.
Yeah,
and we were up all night, like about 2 a.m, 1 a.m.
Jesus.
Well, the storm hit, right?
Right.
And right before the storm hit, the plane with all the celebrities that connected from like Austin or wherever they were at was in the air. Like circling for like an hour.
Shit.
And there was no power. So they went back to Austin.
Oh my God.
So we were up all night trying to figure out, like, can we get an Uber to drive them from Austin? Can we rent a shuttle? Can we rent, like, what can we do to get them down? Because, there's no power. And we didn't know when the power was going to come on. Mm-hmm. So about, I guess, 11 o'clock. Oh, and they had to stay on the tarmac, like parked,
right?
Because there was no gate to get them off,
Jesus
so they were
Christ.
in that plane for like 11 hours, dude.
Wow.
The celebrity. So imagine how fucking pissed they were.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, probably like, why the hell did I decide to come to this thing?
Never coming to South Texas again.
and that goes to my next question, man. I mean, the celebrities that come down, the experience they come down to the RGV, because technically, I mean, compared to other cities, we are kind of small.
Yeah,
we're kind of small. I mean, we can't compare ourselves to San Diego. We can't compare ourselves to Miami or Dallas, Houston, that have these big cons. But what you do is like, it's like a smaller things come. The best thing come in smaller packages, and it's the truth, man. Because you've done so much on the and there's another. And this is what I kind of a pet peeve for me when I go to your cons. I mean, I love it, dude. I just sometimes the guests get a little upset because they go, well, yeah, I thought, for instance, let's throw a name out there. Chuck Norris coming down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's coming down. Well-known man.
I saw that.
Well-known man. You know, everybody knows who Chuck Norris is. They're in line to get the autograph, and when they get there, they see the price, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna meet somebody that's huge. He's gonna charge what he's gonna charge.
Mm-hmm.
That's their bread and butter.
That's why they're there.
That's why they're there. That's how they make their money. That's how they make their living. You know, this is what they do. They go from con to con to con, and they make money that way.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that, you know. And you got some people, but no pagar tanto dinero nomás just to get. And it's always that one person that just. Why did my thought is like turn around and say, why did you come in the first place?
Norris,
why did you come in the first place? You know, and it irritates me sometimes, you know, because these guys come down, the celebrities come down. First of all, it's not only do they come down on their own, it comes out of your pocket to bring them down. Don't think it's like, oh, $100 are going. No. We're talking.
So basically, it's like a gamble.
Yeah. It's like it's like Vegas in the Valley when you bring down these celebrities.
Yeah, don't compare that to Vegas.
It is because I mean, you bring these big celebrities down, you know, and first of all, you got to make them feel at home. Yeah. When all of them come down, each one, and I've seen you do your rounds, bro. When I'm seeing you in con, you're like here, there. You're like a bumblebee, man. You're like all over the place, and everybody feels welcome, and nothing but positive vibes from every single celebrity that you guys have interviewed on some of the shows that you've done. You know, they say it's a great experience. Yeah, you know, and that's what's awesome. The hospitality down here is great. You've given that hospitality, you know, but. Some of these, my gente, please understand. These guys need to make money. Also, you're coming to the con. You save.
Yeah, autographs are going to cost you money.
Yeah, they're going to cost you money.
From $20 to I think Chuck Norris charges like $100,
$150
for an autograph or a photo or whatever it is that they do.
When are you going to meet Chuck Norris? When are you going to meet? And
it's like 4 people in a photo. So if everyone split that $25 to be in a photo with Chuck Norris, I'd do it. You know, that's not that bad a deal. But I think it's been an education process. You know, like people in the beginning didn't know what cons are, and every con is somebody's first con. You know, so they still gotta kind of learn like, okay, this is how conventions work. You know, the celebrities come down. It's like you go to a sports show. You know, you want to take a picture with a basketball player, you know, or get an autograph on a basketball or a jersey,
exactly,
$400 or $500.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like here, they're charging $30-$40. You know, and people are complaining, but
exactly.
But it's not, and I gotta say, it's not like a vast majority of people. You know, it's a minority.
Yeah,
that, like I said, they don't know how cons work.
Yeah,
you know, this is the first con they've ever been to or heard of or whatever.
Yeah.
But most people are always like, if you'll see in the comments like, oh, well, how much? What's the autograph?
Yeah,
like they already want to know. And
I like the fact that you put it on
we put it on the website.
You
as soon as we get them from the agents, we put it on there. And if we get them, you know, most of the time we get 90% of them or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll put it on there, just transparency, you know.
Right.
But I mean, but you can always just go on there and say hi, bro.
Right.
And go, and that costs nothing.
So the people you're going to go see at the con, go to the website, go to the South Texas Comic Con on the website. It'll show you how much each autograph is. Go to your loan, figure out how much you're going to spend on those autographs, and then you're good to go.
There you go.
Good to go.
Yeah, and if you can't afford it, just get in line and say, hey, love your work, and that's free. Attend the Q&A panel or when we have celebrity speakers that you know every hour on the hour there's a celebrity speaker going on the main stage.
Yes.
Go attend their panel, listen to that. All that's included with your ticket price.
You ever catch anybody with like camcorder sunglasses?
I have not, but maybe I need to start looking out
Well,
for that.
thanks,
Sounds
dude.
like we
Thanks.
need to start
Guy-
checking for
they-
that.
Oh my God.
Some of the celebrities do say that
Thanks a lot, man.
that they
I got
don't want
mine
it
at home.
recorded. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I mean, I think people film with their phones anyway. But
Yeah.
if
I
a
got my
celebrity
sunglasses at home.
specifically says, "Hey, no recordings," we announce it in the front and say,
Right.
"Hey, we're asking that
They're
you
like,
put your
yeah.
phones
Yeah.
away," stuff like that. Oh yeah,
No problem, Chuck. Don't worry about it.
click. Or it's like the movies. You're not supposed to record in the movies, but.
What's going, Chuck?
What are you gonna buy in the Puglia? If nobody recorded in the movies, what happened to those Puglia DVDs? The guy walking in the front, coffee, and people munching popcorn, all that.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
What are those LeVar Burton giving me?
There you go.
He didn't come to the con. Oh, Chuck, I guess I'll just leave him
I
on.
gotta go.
Yeah, I've noticed that, bro, and it's good. I mean, I understand being a fan. You're excited, Even like last year, the Comic-Con, I took my son. We met Steve Downs. Shout out to Steve Downs, man.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome,
great guy.
awesome human being. He spoke to my son in the private. We went to a back room with him. And we were talking in there, and he did a video for him and everything. They sat down, they talked. I was like, wow,
That's cool.
that is all. This was.
He hated him, but he liked the song.
I told him, I will pay. I'll pay with it. No, don't worry about it. I got you. He started talking to my son.
Yeah.
He did a video for him, and I go like, wow, dude. My son loved it.
I heard it. It was
Chief.
awesome.
Master
Yep.
Chief, yeah,
Yep.
it was awesome, bro.
That's how I like my nephew.
He gets all the cool stuff.
He doesn't like you either, man.
And like
It's a bond.
JDF,
Yeah.
the Green Power Ranger,
Yes.
Yeah.
he would if somebody came in through the line and just wanted to say hi and they didn't have money, he'd get a little card, give them a free autograph. Here you go.
Nice.
No
That's the
worries.
kind of-
There's
that's the kind of person he
generosity
was,
happening. It's not
yes.
all about the money either, but they do have to make a living.
Right.
But-
exactly.
That doesn't stop anybody from getting in line and being
Mhm.
like, hey, just wanted to say hi. Some celebrities are like, hey, we're gonna take all the people who already paid,
Right.
and then we'll take anybody afterwards.
Right.
Assuming there's time. But for the most part, you can get in any line and wait in that line and just talk to them and say hi.
Yeah, and no,
So,
that make great conversation that is
Yeah.
actually waiting in line with you, man. You meet a lot of new people,
Yeah.
and that's just so awesome. It's getting to know your community. I guess you can say while you're waiting in line,
Yeah.
because I mean, you bring down celebrities that first of all, I'm gonna say it out loud right here. I'm going. There's only
Oh, God. Here we
one
go.
reason why I'm going to the con this
Here
year
we go.
because I need to meet my freaking hero, Lou Ferrigno, dude. Big.
Cool.
Humongous Hulk fan when I was a kid. Like the first superhero I actually next to Christopher Reeves, but no,
Mhm.
but the Hulk was the guy because it was on national TV, the damn show. So I'm a huge fan, and I have yet to meet him. And I
He's
know
even
that-
got green slippers. You should
I
see
do.
it. It looks
I'm
ridiculous.
gonna go paint all green that day.
All right.
No shirt.
No,
Yeah.
I think I wear the shirt.
We're gonna check. Hey, are you green everywhere? Or just your
Let's go to the restroom. No, it's right here for everybody to see. But dude, just to meet him. I mean, and I'll have a lot of people tell me, and a buddy of mine always tells me, dude, aren't you afraid? Some people say
Don't meet your heroes.
Meet your heroes because you might get the wrong impression. I go, yes and no. Yes, yeah, you may be right, but no. How am I going to experience that for the first time unless I meet them?
Yeah.
Then it'll change the whole perspective of But so far, everybody that I've met at the cons,
Yeah.
they've been great.
And that's circumstances too. Like if you go to a con, chances are 99.9% of the time your experience with them is going to be amazing.
Right.
If you go up to them on the street, hey sir, and they have
yeah,
somewhere
right.
to go.
Yeah,
Give
right.
me an autograph,
Exactly.
give me this, give me that, demanding
They're
stuff.
human beings.
That's
just
a
like
whole
us,
different
man.
thing. So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
a lot of
Exactly.
that comes from
Right.
people who've been in that situation,
Right.
and they're just like,
Yeah.
hey guys, like I gotta get to where I'm going, like
Right.
or whatever, but at a con they're there expecting to meet you.
Right.
So, you're going to have a good experience with them,
Mhm.
It might be a couple minutes, maybe a minute that you get to talk to them,
Mhm.
probably no longer than that. Photo, autograph, hey, I'm a big fan, whatever, because there's 100 other people in
Yes,
line,
exactly.
that want the same experience.
Exactly.
So, it's going to be quick, but it's going to be something. Like,
Right.
when would you ever have met them otherwise. We're not in the streets of New York or in California anywhere where you're going to bump into celebrities. You know, that's just not going to happen here in the Valley.
Yeah, and I got
the Comic-Con.
Yeah, I got to meet Mick Foley. I got to meet the Flash Gordon. I got to meet, everybody. It was awesome, dude.
Oh, Flash is so cool, dude.
He's so awesome. I was kind of hoping he had Ted next to him. That would have been freaking awesome. But
that would have been great for the photo shoot.
We were expecting him to be like Flash Gordon.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. Sam Jones.
Sam Jones.
So I know you are working. This is the 10th anniversary already for the Comic-Con. You got a great lineup so far.
Thank you.
As far, I'm not going to push for next year.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Some guests that you really should have seen. I know all of them, but which are the ones you want to really like go?
Man, we've been trying for Stone Cold for so long.
Yeah,
Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he doesn't do very many cons, hardly any.
Yes,
and I figured I'm in Texas at some point. Hey, it's not that far. He'll come someday. Every year. Not interested. Not from him. He doesn't tell me. It's just like, he's too busy. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's doing that.
What?
He doesn't exactly. You want Stone Cold? What? Can I pick this on? No. What? So one of these days, we'll wear him out. Undertaker, another one.
Right.
Undertaker's people don't even return my messages yet. So
Jesus.
Eventually, we'll get some of those guys.
I would still be there.
So those are some people that we've been working on, and we're always working on. Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead.
That's what I put on the podcast.
Every year we're trying to get Bruce Campbell.
Yes.
And every year they're like, and him and Elvira.
Yeah.
And every year they're like, hey, hit us at this time. We don't start taking bookings until November 1st. Okay, we'll hit them up November 1st. Booked. Busy, and it's like shit,
November 1st, at which time they will be.
And one time I was like, okay, what time is it over there? Okay, they're 3 hours, behind.
Right.
So I'm gonna send it at 12:01 their time. So mine is the first one on November 1st.
Right.
Busy.
Sorry. What?
Filming. It's always something, dude. So there's a lot of people that we would like, and then there's some people that just we can't afford, Luke Skywalker. I'd love to have Mark Hamill.
Oh my God!
But I'd need $400,000.
Yeah, I believe it.
Just for him.
I believe it.
And
some people still truck.
And so
we'll put it out there, right?
So the conventions.
How much for a liver again?
So the conventions that have him, are these big conventions that have 150,000 people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We hit 20,000.
Wow, man.
So we're still. What is that? 6-7 times too small,
right?
To even be able to afford him,
right?
And then you're going to pay $400,
of course,
just for him.
So
is the Valley ready for that? So there's things like that I think will grow into it. The area is growing. More businesses are coming. More wealth is coming. SpaceX, Tesla, all these wealthy companies are starting to realize what we have. And hopefully that brings everybody's income up, and then eventually, we'll be able to have Mark Hamill here.
So you're saying that Elon Musk will have a booth at con this year?
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm going to tweet to him, and I'm going to say, hey, look who we have coming. Come hang, man. Come hang. We'll get you a Speedo Pop. Come on.
Do it.
Bring your Tesla, park it outside so we can look at it, bro.
Exactly. Bring that Cybertruck. No, I hit them up, and I was like, hey, is there a Cybertruck in Brownsville you can bring over? They're like, we don't have one in Brownsville, but maybe from Austin we can send one down.
We'll bring it
like
down.
A show car. I was like, oh,
with Elon
let's talk. It wasn't Elon I was talking to. It was a very nice man named Damien. Damien at Tesla. So
there you go, man. Well, that's basically what I want to ask you, bro. I know you got you pretty much answered the question as far as reaching out to these larger stars. Big one. I'm saying not all stars are large. You bring down. Just seems like the ones that they come out in the Comic-Con San Diego.
The popular ones that we want to see from right now.
Yeah. It's like Stan Lee. Lee, every year, hey, how much is Stan Lee this time? Well, right now he's 25,000. And we're like, oh shit, you know, back in 2014, can't afford.
Right.
2015. Oh, well, you know, how much is he this time? 50,000 down. You know, and we kept trying to jump these hurdles, and we're like, oh, are we there? Can we afford this? Oh, now he's 150,000. You know, and it just, you know, their prices keep going up and up as they're more in demand, and as these bigger shows, you know, are able to book them and bid for them.
Yeah.
So that was another one that I regret we were never able to get. But at the time, when other guests were charging like $20 an autograph, and it's gone up since then, he was already at 100, per autograph.
Wow.
Right.
And I think I posted, I was like, what, how would you guys feel, paying $100 for an autograph from Stan Lee? And all the comments were like, what, $100? You're crazy. No. And it was like, no. And then a couple, I'd pay that. It's Stan Lee. But then the majority were like freaking out about it. I was like, okay, we're not ready for that.
Yeah.
And now we missed our chance. But, like the economic circumstances of the valley are the economic circumstances of the valley. But I'm hoping, with all this infrastructure coming in, that, it rises, rising tide rises all ships. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, something like that.
Raises all ships.
Well, we'll take your word for it.
But as it grows and we're kind of outgrowing the convention center, but hopefully they start adding more to it so that we can fit more people in there.
Right.
And as that starts happening, as I start growing my team bigger, right now it's me and my fiance 99% of the time, and then closer to the cons we'll get some help.
Right.
So it's just us doing everything. And like I said earlier when I was talking about the magazine, I'm not a salesman. Like I don't try to sell people like, hey, this and that.
Right.
Like come, like I'm not like a car salesman. Like I tried car salesman shit. I sucked at it. I worked at Bird Auction for like 2 weeks. I sucked. I couldn't convince nobody to buy a car.
That was your mistake.
And I convinced one guy, and then this other salesman came and swooped him, swooped him up, and I got nothing for it.
Damn.
And he took him away, and I was like, I had already sold him.
Yeah.
What's that asshole's name? We'll call him.
I don't know anymore, but that's when I was like, okay, fuck this job. And then they were like, hey, you got to be here at 8 in the morning, and guess what? We're having midnight sales, so you got to be here till 1. 8 to 1, we're working there, not selling a damn thing.
Wow.
But, as we build our team, maybe I can find more sponsors and more money to bring down bigger celebrities, but right now, like I said, it's a two-person deal, 99% of the year. And then closer to the con, we'll get our con team to help us, and especially at the con. But, everyone thinks we're like this big corporate giant, and it's like two of us slaving away, man. And
I hear you.
And it's not easy. Look. I'm bald for a reason. There's a lot of stress. We don't. Hey, I see more hair on there. Let's compare. Zoom in. I'll trade with you.
Okay.
Shit. But we get very little sleep. We're really working ourselves to death.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
For this thing that we really love and believe in,
full throttle, pretty much every day. Yeah, I got you.
So as we're able to afford a bigger team, and how do you grow, this kind of business? I've never worked for another convention. There's nobody that's gonna say, hey, come on over here, I'm gonna show you the ropes. Like I said, most of these corporations that do these things, like the guys, in his skyscraper, making calls and say, hey, how's it going over there in Texas, in Houston, how's that show going, and they have people doing it, like, but I'm the one there outside, hey guys, come through here, step up through the, through the metal detectors, I'm in it,
Yeah.
And,
I mean, every time I see you, bro, you're always, it's like your video, your tape, your
Facebook Live,
and or TikTok or whatever, all that good. And I'm like, man, this guy does not stop, dude. Take a breather, bro. Sit down, drink something.
No rest till you're dead. Or till I get to that corporate structure where I can call somebody and be like, hey, how's it going over there in McAllen? Yeah,
make me money.
Yeah, and I'm over here in like Hawaii over here smoking a cigar.
All right. All right.
What's up, Elon? How you doing? Yeah, they're having the convention over there in McAllen.
All right, calm down, man. Hawaii. You're on the island.
Yeah, maybe it's on the island.
You'll just be at the island at the Ramada greenhouse, maybe. I'll give you that one.
But until that happens, until I figure out how to set up some kind of corporate structure for this thing that is so, it's not like a typical business.
No, it's not. No.
So weird, like, and it takes certain skill sets that are hard to find, for each piece of this. It's so many moving parts. It's so many calculations of what do you need and when and how and who's going to do it and how are we going to control the lines and how are we getting the celebrities here on time? Who's transporting them back and forth? What do they want to eat? What do they want to do while they're here?
Yeah.
Are these flights working with their filming schedules? The convention center stuff, the booking, and there's so many things that go into it that you really have to be able to multitask. And luckily, my ADD brain is used to be pretty good at that. So it was getting harder as I get old.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, and so as I build that team, maybe eventually I'll have like a sales team who can go out there and really make sure that we have sponsors and things like that can help fund bigger celebrities. But we're working on it. We're doing what we can.
You let me know, but I'll throw my name in the hat for you.
All right, let's go. Sounds good.
I got some questions here because they've been commenting quite a bit.
What's up, guys? Oh, we live? What's up?
I thought we
I know. Is it my band? Because, hey, guys, I'll be there at about 10 o'clock. Right?
No, I got Freddie Hunt. Shout out to Freddie Hunter watching the show. He says,
what's up?
He goes, tell him to add Popular Loner to perform at the con, please. I'm like, okay, Popular Loner.
Oh, Popular Loner. All right. We'll work on it.
We're going to get a hold of you there, buddy. And then sorry, booked. I got David Norick saying, when are you bringing back Mr. South Texas Author Con? I don't. Is there an author con?
There was an author.
There was an author con. Okay.
No, I don't know.
Well, maybe that's something to think about in the future.
Yeah, I think Pan Am did it or did something like that.
Okay.
I don't know when it was though. But yeah, it's not affiliated with us. I don't know anything about that. But but yeah, Google it and and yeah, if it's happening or maybe it already happened, but yeah, that was a cool concept.
Yeah, and then I got another one from Raimundo Rodriguez. That's WC, right? Yeah, no, not that one. I'm not gonna read that one. It says, bro, Ramsey did our photo shoot back in 2005. Shout out to MagX WC # Texas Most Wanted.
Oh yeah, dude, nice. Yeah.
We got
awesome,
that.
dude.
Yeah, and I got Rick Phoenix Monsoon saying, "Sub Ramsey, man, I haven't seen you forever. Puro 956, bro."
That's right. That's right.
And then
another one that doesn't return our call.
And here's the one that you're talking about. WC said, next time Chuck Norris comes back, I can have my dad as another booth as a stunt double just in case you need help. It says 50% off. 50% off.
Sounds good. Let's go.
And of course, our number one fan, Louis. You ready, buddy? Because we got he's already there. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go, Louis. What's up, man? Yeah, dude. Louis, you better go to the Comic-Con, dude. It's gonna be freaking awesome, bro. It's gonna be awesome. Gotta go, dude.
Don't bother Louis. It's booked.
Sorry, Louis. Booked. So, any words for your fans that are coming out? Give me a commercial here. Comic-Con, baby. Come on.
South Texas Comic-Con, April 26th through the 28th at the McAllen Convention Center. It's a 3-day show. Different celebrities. Some celebrities are there all 3 days. Some are just there Friday, Saturday. Some are just there Saturday, Sunday. Some are there just Saturday.
Yeah.
Like I think only 2 Saturday ones are Chuck Norris and Kingpin from Marvel.
Oh my God, man, that's gonna be an awesome one too, dude.
So, So I mean, pick your days. I always recommend the 3-day passes are cheap.
Yes.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper than buying 2 separate
individual days.
Yeah. Grab one of those and if you go on a Saturday, you're not going to be able to see the celebrity speakers because you're going to be waiting in line.
Yes.
Trying to meet everybody.
Exactly.
If you want to enjoy the other parts of the con, there's concerts, there's comedians, there's the celebrity speaking panels, all that kind of stuff that are happening. Like I said, every hour on the hour, we have multiple rooms with things happening.
Right.
It really is a multiple day thing. I'm thinking of maybe someday just even selling just 3-day passes, and that's all there is. Just 3 days because how else are you going to do all the stuff there is to do? There's, I don't know, 20.
It's like a mini Disneyland, dude.
27 people to meet this year.
Wow, that's a lot, bro.
And people are calling me like, do you have a room? I was like, I don't have money for flights anymore, man. You know, I'll fly myself. Okay. You know,
I'll go pick you up where you at.
Right. So there, and more celebrities want to come down. So there's,
That's
you know,
awesome.
it's
That's
comic
fantastic.
artists, it's anime voice actors, it's cartoon voice actors. You got the voice of SpongeBob, which, you know,
Yes.
happy as hell about that.
Yes.
Chuck Norris, Lou Ferrigno, Danny Trejo,
Yeah.
Corey Feldman. We got so many.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
Corey Feldman, the voice of Donatello. From
That
the
voice of Donatello.
Corey Feldman, the man
Right.
from Goonies, bro. Goonies.
Stand by Me.
I was
Lost Boys. I love Lost Boys.
I could have said those movies, but this show's my favorite movie, dude.
No. He's
So,
right.
yeah, he's the voice of Donatello. So he's coming. There's like 26, 27 guests. You know, so you're not going to go on Saturday and be able to meet 27 people.
No,
It's not going to happen.
It's not. No.
It has to be a multiple day thing. See when people are going to be there on Friday. See who you can get out of the way on Friday.
Mhm.
You know, and you'll probably be able to enjoy some of the panels as well.
Exactly.
Some of the panels. So a panel, like we have a big main stage, and the celebrities go up there and they talk about their life. They do performances, different things like that.
Right.
You know, so you can enjoy some of the other things that come with it. It's not just, you know, meeting celebrities. There's a huge vendor area, you know, with vendors from all over the U.S. Selling all kinds of cool collectibles and memorabilia and stuff.
Right.
Nice.
And yeah, and then, you know, see who's there on Sunday. Kind of obviously Saturday, you prioritize the people who are only there Saturday.
Right.
And there's only like 2, you know, so you can get them out of the way. But it's probably going to be some of the longest lines. You know,
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Yes, exactly.
You know, it's pretty popular.
I know
Obviously,
last year, Mr. I forget, that gentleman from Better Call Saul and also in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh my God, dude! I've gone back and watched that speech.
Dude, I got so motivated from that speech, dude.
Holy
Especially
shit, bro.
after the power outage and everything was
Yes.
through down. I was like, wow, dude.
Yes,
That was powerful, dude.
I mean, to hear him speak the way he did, at that point, I'm like, man, I should have been there. I should have gone and hear the speech live. Because
Yeah, I mean,
bro,
that would be worth the price of admission. If you go, you know, to anything like that, just that celebrity speaker, you're going to pay more than what the ticket is going to be at our Comic-Con. And you get all of that, you know, wrapped up into one, and you get to meet them, and there's 27 other guests there.
Yeah.
So I would suggest spread it out over 3 days if possible. I know people have lives and stuff, but you don't have to be there all day. You can go get some stuff, knock it out, you know, come back the next day, you know, and then
and not only that, just because you go in, say you go early in the morning, right? And you so you know it's a little bit packed. Let's go ahead and take off, and we'll come back later on. Yeah. And you can go back and forth as long as you have your ticket, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing. And the 3-day pass is not a bad idea because you can go on a Friday, catch the ones that are there, knock them out, and then Saturday the ones they're only going to be there for that Saturday, knock them out, and then the ones you want to see on Sunday that you can catch on, get them on Sunday. Yeah. You know, it's like I said, it's fun for the whole family, man. It's fun to go. Because you see, I got to see a couple of my friends from high school that they're all dressed up. I'm like, dude, I never knew you were into this kind of stuff. Yeah. Goes, yeah, man, I've always been into this kind of stuff. Wow, bro, Sailor Moon, really? But you know,
yes, Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
Yes,
that was true last year. So
I was Tuxedo Man. I told you that.
I told you specifically. Yeah, whatever. But anyways,
you were the one wearing a mask. Anyway.
Yeah, okay, it was. But other than that, man, it's awesome, bro, because it's an experience that if you haven't gone to a con, it's an experience because it's crazy, man. It's fun. You may be going in there 20 miles per hour during the door, but you're going about 120. Yeah. Because everything's happening fast forward. I mean, there's something to see left and right. The vendors, crazy. It's a lot of great stuff to buy there.
Cosplayers, the costumes people build.
Yes.
I'd say what, like 20% maybe of the people there are dressed up as superheroes and kind of stuff.
Not this time.
Not this time.
So when you look at Chuck Norris in the eyes, dude.
Oh no.
Stop.
Stop. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Chuck Norris for doing the push-up back in 2003 that made us miss the asteroid.
Nice. Save the world from the asteroid.
Give him a basket.
I'll take him over there and get him some official tacos from the valley, bro. But
he's not gonna eat. Greasy ass taco, John. You don't know that, Randy. You don't know that, dude. He could.
I have dreams. We have specific dreams, Randy.
That guy at what is he like 89, 90?
Yeah. 89
works out harder than I've worked out, and one day that I worked out in all my life.
I believe it.
You know,
nobody's discussing about him. kicking everyone's ass, Ramsey. We're talking about sending in some value tacos.
I want to see that one. I want to see that one fan that says, "Here's $500 on the table. Can you roundhouse kick?"
Please,
I do it.
Please, roundhouse kick and video it, take it, please.
No, run me over with that truck from the Lone Wolf McQuaid. Yes. Run me over with that truck.
Oh my gosh, man! So, I mean, Ramsey, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thank you.
We're an hour and 14 minutes. We can keep going, dude. But I know Ramsey got
We didn't even do our
that's
commercials.
con
dude.
business after this, bro.
I got band practice after this.
Oh, we going
I got
around.
up early. Got all my conferences out of the way for today.
There's-
That's
Mike,
good
if you're
to be
watching, start practice.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. They might try to sell on me again, so we'll see.
We didn't even do our commercials, dude.
Well, I know we didn't have time to come on. We have Ramsey on the
What are you
podcast.
talking about, dude?
We'll put that commercials.
We're talking about Chuck
We're
Norris.
talking about Chuck Norris.
All right. Yes. Any socials you want to put out there?
Any
Yeah,
social media?
I mean,
Go ahead.
the main, if you guys want any other information, you want to check out who's coming, SouthTexasComicCon.com. It's our website. You can buy tickets on there. Like if you go on a Saturday and pay at the door, it's going to be like $45 to get in. Or right now, you can get a 3-day pass for $55. So
Do it now.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
do it
like
now.
and you can go at your leisure, and you're not rushed. And then the biggest thing is there's a lot of things to do in the side rooms and everything like that a lot of people get to miss because they're in line the whole time,
Right.
So if you spread it out over 3 days, it's a lot easier. But yeah, SouthTexasComicCon.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it's called, TikTok, all of those at I think it's either STX Comic Con or the whole thing spelled out if it allows it.
Nice.
Instagram, I think it's South Texas Comic Con.
There you go.
I don't know, we're all over the place, but yeah, hit us up. If you have any loved ones who love Chuck Norris, hey, let them know.
Okay, man.
Let them know this is their chance.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did y'all see that video? Last time he came, we had him in 2022.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think a daughter was telling her mom, like, "Hey, guess who's coming to the Valley? Chuck Norris." She's like, "No, don't tell me that." And then the daughter's like, "It's on my wedding day." She's like, "Well, I'm not going." And it went semi-viral on Twitter or something.
Yeah, and I know my
TikTok.
My sister-in-law and my wife want to see the gentleman from Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, Gary Elwes.
Gary Elwes, man.
Yeah.
A big
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I really want to see it. It also came out in was it Psych? Was like the ultimate thief in Psych also, but it's one, and of course Kingpin himself also is another great.
Tony Todd from Candyman.
Yes.
He's also the voice.
Yes.
The voice of Venom from the Spider-Man video game. Final Destination. Horror royalty.
You got
all of that for $55? Come on.
Luke Ferrigno.
Yeah.
And like I said, it costs nothing to go up and shake their hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing. You just gotta wait in lines. That's it.
Exactly.
You want to buy an autograph? Okay, yeah, they do charge for that. You want to take a photo?
Glasses.
Yeah, they do charge for that. We have professional photo ops.
Remember his face, Ramsey, when he shows up. Take him out. Let's go.
Hey, but he brings up a good point. At some point, everyone's glasses are gonna have cameras on.
I'm gonna do an imitation of Arnold Schwarzenegger from Puerto Rico. What the fuck did I do?
That's one for the books.
Speaking of which,
He's coming back.
Oh my God. No, that's 400,000 that I don't have.
It's gonna be close though.
But
it's gonna be close.
it is Michael Bean,
Yes.
who was Kyle from
Reese.
Terminator, and he was also Ringo from Tombstone, and he was Lieutenant. Was it Corporal Hicks? Yeah, Corporal Hicks from Alien. So anyway, he was in Terminator.
Yeah,
and
man.
He shot at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So how did it feel to shoot Arnold?
But yeah, no, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger will not be there. Maybe in spirit.
I would do that if you
We'll do it out.
Put a cutout next to him. There you go, man. What's that right there? That would be awesome, just a cutout sitting down like that. You go,
next to him, yeah.
$5 a photo.
$5 photo.
Yeah. But yeah, Luke Ferrigno, if you're into working out, bodybuilding. Like he's a legend. Obviously, the Incredible Hulk from the TV show.
Yes,
You see the one where he threw the bear into orbit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was great.
It was amazing.
That was great.
It was the best episode.
That was awesome.
The most amazing episode was when he's running into the forest and you see the white plain feet underneath him when he's running away. Wait a minute, is he already changing back to Bill Bixby? But no, man, yeah, Ramsey, I want to say thank you, man, for coming out and tuning the podcast, man. We finally got you here.
Yeah,
And we're gonna try to make this a once a year thing before the cons, dude.
I'm down.
Because I mean, like I said, I was telling the Ramsey we got a hold of Tony Daniels, which is another person that's coming down, guys.
Voice of Gambit.
The voice of
X-Men
Gambit,
97
yes.
and the original animated series.
Yes.
Yep.
I have not yet seen 97 yet.
Oh, dude.
You're missing out.
You're
I
dude.
know, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It clearly goes exactly the way it ended, bro. It's awesome, bro.
Picks up right where it
Right where it ended.
It's awesome.
But
Nice.
we're gonna have him on the 23rd of this month, advertising the South Texas Comic Con also, and he will be in town, I believe, all 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yes.
He'll be there all 3 days. So you guys get your Gambit stuff ready, bro. I believe he also did a little bit of a Wolverine at the time before the other gentleman took over. And voice of Tony Tiger also. That's bring
Tony
your,
the Tiger.
bring your-
Right.
yeah, hell yeah. I mean, bring it on, dude. Bring it on. Come see these guys, man. It's
That'd
gonna
be
be
awesome
awesome.
if Gambit went, they're right.
Yeah.
That's great, yeah. But yeah, man. No, like I said, Ramsey, thank you very much for coming in, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate everything you do for the RGB. It's bringing so much talent down so we can enjoy not only the little box that we live in, but see outside the box. Say, hey, there's more stuff going on out there, and Ramsey's bringing it down. You know,
awesome.
It's awesome, man. You're doing great things, brother.
Thank you. And the reason we brought it down is because we weren't able to, me and my friends weren't able to go to all these cons in the bigger cities. And we're
There
like,
you
let's
go.
try it here, see what happens. So
So you got
hopefully you guys are having fun and enjoying.
It's
Yeah.
been working like gangbusters, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
On all your
Thank you.
success, man. And
from a young gentleman from Sullivan City. Now, look at him, bro.
you better return our calls next year, man. I
Now-
swear to God,
now
you
I'm just
better,
an old gentleman. Sullivan City. Yeah. But,
you better return our calls.
yeah, of
This
course.
is getting
man.
personal now.
Bro, you know how hard it is to get hold of him, bro? I mean, the guy is constantly busy.
I called him at 2 a.m. to come
Oh,
hang out. You didn't pick up.
I will say there's times, especially closer to the con, I don't even answer, man.
Yeah,
Like I will not.
totally
Like,
understand.
I have these days where I gotta get so much stuff done. I just put my phone away, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Fuck that.
I'm sorry. No, I wasn't full at that point. But
Voicemail.
leave me alone. Leave me alone. I got nothing to do.
Hello?
No, he just
Leave me alone. Crash trap.
he just answered long enough to say voicemail.
Can I- hey, how'd you- if you got money, we can talk. Not, I'll put your voicemail.
You can't afford my cardboard cutout. None of that. Forget it.
No, on the weekends, I know you're trying to like cut me off, but I don't.
No,
know.
it's a-
No,
Actually,
no,
you
keep
have
going.
this in the fridge.
Yeah.
You know,
I got mufflers in the fridge, baby.
you don't want to see me walking
What
around.
I want to ask
And
is,
we got badass liquor too. Dude.
what I want to ask, man,
What?
do you plan on putting adding more flavors to those baked potato chips that you sell at the store?
Oh,
More
really?
flavors like the Japanese ones,
Yeah.
or which ones?
Yeah, the Japanese one.
So they're kind of seasonal.
Oh, really?
So kind of they change out
Oh,
every kind of season. But I mean, we get every flavor we possibly can.
That's good.
So that's a
They're-
no.
they're-
So that's
Yeah,
enough.
they're like Japanese. Like in Japan, you get all these wild flavors
Right,
of
right.
chips, and we have them at our stores
Yeah.
at Anime Boom, especially in
Oh,
McAllen,
dude,
and then
Yeah. Anime
Kaboom
boom.
here in West
Nice,
also has it.
Yeah.
And there's some wild, crazy lace flavors and
Okay.
Yeah,
stuff that you'll
out.
never see here.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
No,
But,
they're
yeah.
seasonal to
Sorry.
time.
What kind of beer was in the fridge? What kind
Oh
was it?
no, we got Bud Light in the fridge.
Oh,
Is it your
damn.
sponsors? No, it's not. But yeah.
Yeah, we
Shout out to all our sponsors, by the way, guys. Thank you for holding us at Construction LLC, Buzz Bull Creamery, which is actually right down close to you down here. You can
Right
hardly
next
come to
door.
the store.
Liquor,
It's right next door.
It's like right next door.
liquor infused
Really?
ice cream, man.
Ice cream?
It'll change your work.
Liquor infused ice cream.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Damn.
So having did go get one right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come right back here and sleep here. Like, I ain't driving home drunk.
We'll leave the key under the
But
mat.
I'm ready for 3 of those for sure.
Yeah, it's good, man.
No, you gotta check that out, man.
Cool.
Also, other sponsor, the Rabbit Hole up in Palmview, man. For your adult pleasures, you want to give them a call. They're closing the doors soon, guys. So get all the 50% off as much as you can.
Get over there, get as much clearance stuff as you can get.
Oh my God,
it's almost gone.
And fortunately, we got one more person here, Mark Velasquez and Chu se la coman. You know what, Cacahuate? You know what, Cacahuate? We're gonna bring you back, bro.
¿Sabes qué? Ven para acá. Tell it to our faces. Andale.
But we have to get him a high chair so he can actually look at us in the face. But you know,
He's just gonna blind me with his ball head.
Another great episode, by the way.
Wow.
But now, like I said, man, I'm gonna shut it down because we can literally go all night talking, bro.
Yeah.
But
I'll never shut up.
I appreciate you, man, coming out, man.
Thank you so much, man.
You're more than welcome to come back on the podcast. Anything that's coming up, which is the Gamer Expo, anything you're gonna release, let us know. We're glad you have you on here to promote it, man. And I mean, nothing but love for you, bro. You're doing a great job.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Keep going, man. Keep going. And give me a discount on the comic book. But anyways, guys, recognize his face. Recognize he wants some comic comics.
The camera glasses. The camera.
Hey, and are we gonna do some kind of
You get
ghost
paranormal?
Oh yeah, let me put this on Quest so you can maybe it might just happen. Go ahead, Quest. It's all you. Go ahead. So what you wanted to say, buddy?
So Ramsey Ramirez.
Don't dance at the party.
You got mask up there, by the way.
So this gentleman Ramsey was showing us footage of what goes on in the Westico Kaboom Comics store, and there is orbs. There is some crazy ass. You got to see it. Look it up. Just movement, and you can look it up on Facebook.
Yeah. Go to Facebook, look up Kaboom Orbs, and it's one of the first videos that pops up there. It happened when we first moved into that store, and nothing else weird has happened other than
you need to see it.
You know, like our alarm, our motion sensors went off, and I got notifications. I was like, "What's happening?"
That is not dust.
Yeah,
that is not dust.
There's some weird
because
stuff.
it is moving around like, "Hey, look at me," kind of shit. Like, no, seriously, dude.
It's wild.
Rather than watch, be ready.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to go visit that place over there, and you know, I know the camera's going to be up on for red on us, and I didn't watch everything they touch. Why am I missing the red Luke Skywalker helmet?
Why are all the list potato chips? What is that thing in the front of those chips?
Mark, why are you wearing that Skywalker helmet? It helps me think, all right? Leave me alone. I gotta stay focused. I have the Force.
It was worth it.
Oh, man. No, guys, appreciate you coming out, man. And we will bring you back again to announce more stuff that's coming our way. And thank you again, Ramsey. A big shout out to you, man. Appreciate you.
Guys.
Guys, tune in next week on Thursday. We have Lauren Mary Kim coming on the podcast.
Cool.
We'll have her on here. Trust me, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And this week, actually, Saturday, I will be at Press Start Game in Edinburgh to interview Stephanie Mingoldi again. Yeah, the voice of Kid Gohan and Kid Goku. So I'll be out there. Try to go live so you guys can watch that. Head out there. Come and get some autographs. Come enjoy the fun. But I think we are done for the night, man.
That's it, dude.
Any last words for you two?
I was thinking about earlier that we're going to be like Goodfellas. That fucking helicopter's been firing us all day.
Don't trigger me.
That's some scary shit.
Yeah, they left me alone. As soon as I left her back in, they left me the hell alone. So,
are you sure?
He's talking again.
There are drones in here.
That's true.
Or is this really Ramsey?
They're going to find out if I'm really fucking bored. Well, I mean, maybe they'll be entertained by bad practice.
Maybe. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. To the next week at 7:30 p.m. on Thursday night. We have another podcast for you, number That actually Saturday will be episode 190.
190, damn.
190.
What are we gonna do when you guys? I'm saying because I jumped on when you hit 200.
You're not gonna do it. No,
It's going to get real.
I won't be here for 200. Oh wait, that would be right around the convention, or will be.
No, it's probably gonna be till next month. We might bring Ramsey back.
I'm sorry, Ramsey, we're books.
Ramsey, we're booked.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. There's the correct way. If you reach out to us exactly at this day at this time, yeah, the fun. Your books. Oh, shit. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We had so much fun tonight, man. We will see you next week. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Latest guys. Peace out, guys.